The first time I reviewed this car, it was decent, but I definitely had some constructive notes. Well, the mid-cycle refresh has arrived, and with it came some impressive updates. Want to know what they are? Of course you do. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, and this is the 2026 Subaru Solterra Touring XT. That's right, Subaru is giving it a second go at this EV thing, and I'm not mad at it. Our tester today is painted Astro Black Mica, and as you'll see, comes fairly well appointed in this Touring XT trim, with only the $207 all-weather floor mats as an option, giving it a total MSRP of $47,212, although you can still get in the door for a little over $38,000. If you're familiar with how this looked when it first came out, then you probably noticed that the front and rear ends have been redesigned. And while I'm certainly seeing the resemblance to its Toyota platform mate, that's not a bad thing. This car shows off Subaru's new lighting signature, there's a new badge in back, and the Solterra now has 8.3 inches of ground clearance so you can continue to do Subaru stuff with your EV. Plus, when the sun hits it just right, the paint has a nice sparkle to it. There's also a dual spoiler back here with roof-mounted aerodynamic fins. Yeah, they're a little strange off angle, but look good from the side. There's no official remote start, but there is a button to remotely turn on the AC so you can warm the car during cold mornings. Other exterior features include 20-inch alloy wheels, heated power folding exterior mirrors with turn indicators, NACS charge port, and power rear liftgate with kick to open and close. Once open, retract and remove the cargo shade and you'll find 23.8 cubic feet of cargo space. Fold the 60/40 rear seats down and you get 63.5 cubic feet in all. There are some cargo tie downs, a 120-volt outlet, and a tire repair kit in the corner. There's even some space under the floor to house your charging cable and cargo shade. Unlike some other EVs today, the Solterra comes with a level 1 and 2 portable charger, but if it didn't, I'd recommend getting something like I got. There's a link in the description if you want to know more about it. As mentioned earlier, the Solterra now uses the North American charging standard port, so you can charge at Tesla stations now too, or use an adapter to charge at stations that use the J1772 standard. Charging is much faster now thanks to its 11 kilowatt onboard charger. It can complete a full charge in about 6 hours using level 2 240 volts, a task that used to take 9 hours, and can go from 10 to 80% in just 28 minutes using a commercial 150 kilowatt level 3 charger. That used to take 56 minutes. Of course, level 1 takes much longer, so get a level 2 charger installed at your house for the best experience. As with all EVs, there are charging menus where you can turn on battery preconditioning for optimal charging, set a charging schedule, and locate and navigate to charging stations via the built-in nav. The powertrain consists of a synchronous electric motor with integrated trans-axle at both the front and rear axles that are powered by a 74.7 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery. Total horsepower is 338, and it's directed to all 4 wheels. The Solterra has dual-function X mode with grip control, allowing you to choose between snow and dirt or deep snow and mud, and there's also drive modes that consist of normal, power, and eco. Select the sportiest of the bunch, and 60 miles per hour can be achieved in less than 5 seconds. Total range is listed as 278 miles, but we only saw a total of 229 miles with climate control off, and 218 with it on thanks to our frigid temps. AutoAcademics achieved 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour during testing. It's crazy that this is a compact crossover because the backseat has tons of space for 2 and room for 3 when necessary, thanks to the admirable head and shoulder room, expansive leg room, and almost flat floor. And if the center console didn't intrude so much, you'd have even more. But the rear vents, super fast charging USB-C ports, and controls for the heated outboard seats are much better. These seats have a little extra recline too. so you can stretch out even more. I like the panoramic roof, even if it doesn't open, and there are cup holders in the center armrest and bottle holders in the doors. Thanks to the refresh, the cockpit has seen some updates too. Yeah, the dash is still deep, but the Squircle steering wheel remains, and these StarTex covered seats feel nice. Plus, the center console has a bit more features you might like. Instead of numerous cubbies like before, the gear selector has now been moved back a bit to allow space for 2 wireless chargers. And if those don't work for you, well, let's be honest, they probably won't. There's more space and power outlets down below. Still no glove box either though. The multimedia display is now 14 inches and looks great, but I wish there was a home button to easily get back to the Subaru menus. If you're like me, you'll be happy to know that Subaru replaced the volume buttons with a dial that's so much better to use. Speaking of which, the Harman Kardon stereo sounds decent, with plenty of bass. Finally, this car has radiant leg warmers underneath of the steering column and passenger side dash to help warm your lower extremities. It has a noticeable effect in this cold weather and might help you forget about the missing glove box. Additional interior features include a 10-way power driver's seat, 8-way power front passenger seat, 60/40 split folding rear seats, dual zone climate control, a 12-volt outlet with more USB-C ports, combination meter with 7-inch LCD display, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, advanced park assist, digital rear view mirror with HomeLink, heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel, Sirius XM satellite radio, and keyless entry with push button start. Safety features include EyeSight driver assist technologies, as well as plenty of airbags, proximity sensors, blind spot monitor, and front and rear cross traffic alert. So, now that we've addressed all of that, it's time to take it out and see how it drives. The first time I reviewed the Solterra back in 2024, I liked how it drove, for the most part. And I'm happy to say that any changes that were made during the refresh made things better. I already told you how this has a larger capacity battery now, and while the increased range isn't quite as noticeable in these frigid temps that we've been having, the increased power surely is. This feels much faster. Handling feels nice, nicer than I remember, with a comfortable suspension that's not afraid of curves. At least not when you encounter them at normal speeds. And it's not only that way on these country roads. It feels just the same on the highway. I don't even notice the understeer that I griped about before. The steering still appears to have the same heft as before, and the brakes still feel good too. Now, I'm sure the Squircle's steering wheel had more to do with maximizing the view of the driver display than anything else. But if I'm being honest, it's also nice to hold. Now, as with a lot of EVs, if you like to adjust the level of regen, the paddles are located behind the steering wheel. And it's good that they didn't mess with the active safety features because, unlike in some other Subarus, these give enough help without being annoying. But what is annoying is the constant chime when you're in reverse. Yet even the wind noise that I noticed the last time I reviewed this appears to be gone. Sometimes when you make changes, it's easy to mess things up. Or you might even make the thing that you were trying to fix worse. It's nice to know that that didn't happen here. It's nice to know that Subaru is one of those companies that pays attention to its customers' wants and needs. And frankly, not only pays attention to them, but does something about it. This Solterra is a prime example of that, as they took what was a decent car and made it notably better. Now, before I freeze my giblets off, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss what we have coming up next. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics. Thanks for watching.